Marijuana seems harmless, right? It's just a plant that's grown and it's smoked by humans. But what if I told you that a simple plant could be life or death in the future of many humans? Hi, my name is Riley, and I'm going to be telling you guys why marijuana should not be legal in the United States. I'm going to be speaking about how legalizing marijuana could lead to a gateway drug, secondhand smoke to others, and putting others in danger while being under the influence. First, I'm going to be talking about what is in marijuana and how it could be used as a gateway drug to individuals. The main chemical in marijuana is called cannabis. According to the International Journal of Pharmacies and Life Sciences, marijuana affects the nerve system in the brain. This chemical has the power to affect signals that your body gives to the brain. It is less than a second for the signal to go to the brain normally. For example, have you ever touched something hot and you reacted to it? That reaction time is decreased when marijuana is consumed in the body frequently. You may not know it, but marijuana does have this effect. The National Institute on Drug Abuse claims that a study shows that marijuana has the effect on decreasing the IQ as a long-term effect while smoking frequently. Now, I do understand that low IQ could come from genetics, but if you do smoke marijuana frequently, you take the risk of your IQ decreasing in adulthood if that was to happen. Marijuana also has an effect on the lungs. Not only will you not be able to breathe the same while doing moving activities like exercising, but you will also get tired quicker than your peers if you are an active person. Marijuana can be a gateway drug because an individual could have an addiction to feeling not fully sober anymore to function on a daily basis. Some individuals will feel as if they're like two different people, a sober them and a non-sober them. This may not have happened to you involving marijuana, but when you're addicted to something and it fades away, that feeling of not being able to get what you're craving could have a downfall of depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts or action. When the body and brain gets used to smoking a lot, this has an impact on humans when feeling fully sober. Marijuana is the most abused drug in the world. If it were to become legal everywhere in the United States, this would increase in users rapidly and increase addiction. Missouri Medicine states that this type of addiction causes problems with the memory and learning part of the brain. The hippocampus, which is inside of the brain, it's affected negatively when marijuana is inhaled. This causes long-term effects with the ability to comprehend and learn. Secondly, I'm going to be speaking about the exposure to secondhand smoke to others. According to the Medical News Today, exposure to marijuana can affect other individuals by increasing their heartbeat and becoming nauseous. Being around public secondhand smoke can have an influence on the younger generation and future kids. The youth is influenced by what we do now in this generation, and if we were to expose them to marijuana in the public consistently at a young age, this could change society forever in the world. Kids would start to smoke marijuana at a young age because of the environment and what's being influenced. For example, if a parent smoking marijuana is in the car and the child experiences secondhand smoke, this could raise a huge health red flag in the environment for the child. A child could go to school high and the parent not even knowing it. This would be a common issue if marijuana was legalized in the United States, and it puts the child at risk. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about how under the influence of marijuana puts others in danger. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, under the influence can impair judgment and reaction times. A study from the National Institute of Drug Abuse says that it's 7 times more likely to get into a fatal car crash than someone who hasn't tried alcohol or drugs at all if the person was under the influence of marijuana. The question I have for you is, would you get into a car of someone under the influence? I'm guessing no, right? Then why should it be legal? If you wouldn't step foot in a car with someone under the influence, not only does it put your future at risk of getting pulled over and even possibly going to jail, but it puts your life at risk for getting into a car accident and probably taking your life and others. It's not worth life or death for legalizing marijuana. If there is something to take away from this speech, I hope you really think about the effects of legalizing marijuana. Not only could it be a dangerous game to play with within the world, but it could have an effect on you personally. To help raise awareness and not have marijuana legal in the United States, the action we could take as college students is to sign this petition for stopping the legalization of marijuana. I have dropped the petition in the description box down below. If you could click on this and sign it, not only will you be helping stop marijuana from becoming legal, you will also be potentially saving lives for the future and future generations. I hope I was able to tell you about the impacts that marijuana has on our society and in the world. And if it was legal in the United States, I don't know if the safety of others and the safety of you could be protected. Thank you.